invite the president of the Voices of the Bosnian Genocide, Mirza Velagić, to share a few words.
Thank you. That was such a powerful and moving video. We have gathered here today in solemn remembrance of the thousands of victims, many of them children, of the Srebrenica genocide, on the 20th anniversary of this monumental crime against humanity. The legal terms genocide and crimes against humanity came into use following the horrors of the Holocaust in order to allow us to conceptualize and to talk about the organized destruction of a people, and along with them, the destruction of a civilization that values human life. They also came into use so that individuals responsible for immense human suffering could be charged with a crime and brought to justice. The term genocide helps us to grasp the actions and the motives of perpetrators of mass atrocities, committed in places such as Auschwitz and Srebrenica and Rwanda, that present us with almost unimaginable evil and cruelty. While genocide is always destructive, it is never spontaneous. The Bosnian Genocide was a vast criminal enterprise, carefully organized by highly intelligent and driven individuals who were all too aware of their actions and the consequences they will have. These individuals drew on support from popular support. Those who supported Milosevic, Karadzic, and Mladic believed that their lives would be better after non-Serbs were either killed or forced into exile to create a greater Serbian state. Those who deny or justify the Srebrenica genocide today, including many in the Serbian and Bosnian Serb politicians, leadership continue to firmly hold on to that belief. To them, diversity and tolerance, which we cherish, are sources of weakness and not sources of strength. It is now clear that the virulent and lethal ideology that has been existent since the 19th century in Serbia will unfortunately continue to play a dominant role in both Serbian and Bosnian Serb body politic for the foreseeable future. And that is why we must change. 20 years have passed since the Srebrenica genocide. Time does not stand still, and neither can we. The future success of our community will depend on the choices we make and the opportunities we seize going forward. A new generation of Bosnian Americans born after the genocide is growing up, and we have an opportunity to teach them about our community's painful history and cherished values in order to help them succeed in building a better future. For the past 20 years, America has been Bosnia's strongest ally. In the coming years, we will have the opportunity to further strengthen this vital and mutually beneficial relationship. Bosnian genocide survivors and refugees have achieved great success, as we've seen today, and have in turn contributed greatly to the United States. Because they were welcomed with open arms and given the opportunity to fully employ their ingenuity, knowledge, and skills to build better lives for themselves and for their families. Here in the United States, we have the opportunity to move our community forward, out of the shadow of genocide. This will require us to acknowledge and learn from the past. Our failure to remember and to learn from the massacres that were committed by Draža Mihailovic's Chetniks during World War II in the service of the greater Serbian ideology directly contributed to our unpreparedness in defending ourselves against the genocidal onslaught that began in April of 1992. All of us here today remember the mass atrocities that were committed in Srebrenica in July of 1995, but most of us have probably never heard of similar massacres that took place in Srebrenica in January of 1942, in which over 1,000 Bosniak civilians were killed by the Chetniks during the murderous ethnic cleansing campaign along the Drina River Valley. Learning from the past in order not to repeat the same mistakes will involve both teaching history and making it applicable to future generations. Moving out of the shadow of genocide will require us not just to embrace the past, but also to embrace the virtues of our community and to show our love and our compassion. Our community's healing will in no small part depend on the good work we do for others, as others have done for us. Acknowledging the help and the support that we have received over these years from our friends, our neighbors, many of whom are with us today, and showing our solidarity with the oppressed is a way for us to give thanks and to give back. Most importantly, our ability to move forward to a brighter future will depend on us seeking justice for the victims of genocide and knowing that we will not allow ourselves to be victims again. Over the past 20 years, our community has built a beautiful new home and has become an integral part of Seattle's welcoming, diverse, and eccentric family. In a spirit similar to that well-known Pemco commercial, our young Bosnian American community can tell the longer established communities in Seattle that we're a lot like you, a little different. In closing, I would like to thank all of you, especially our friends who have lived outside of Seattle, for coming to this commemoration and for remembering our community's fathers, brothers, husbands, and sons, whose lives were taken so brutally 20 years ago. On this day, I would ask you to please say a silent prayer in your own language and in your own faith for the mothers of Srebrenica and for the lost family members. I would also ask you to pray that in the future when we hold these programs, we'll be able to invite our Serbian and our Bosnian Serb neighbors, fellow countrymen, to come so that we can commemorate these type of events together. May we continue to love and support each other as we have done today, and may we never forget the Bosnian Genocide. Thank you.